come on the show and perform.
Yeah.
When it's on.
Yeah.
From career-ending meltdowns to shocking confessions, these celebrity interviews changed everything. Join us as we explore the most devastating moments when stars destroyed their own reputations with just one conversation. 1. The Art of Self-Sabotage, Phoenix's Late Show Debacle. Joaquin Phoenix's 2009 appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman remains one of television's most uncomfortable moments. Sporting dark sunglasses and an unkempt beard, the Oscar-winning actor mumbled incoherently and displayed erratic behavior that left both the host and audience bewildered. Letterman, known for his sharp wit, couldn't resist taking jabs at Phoenix's bizarre demeanor, asking pointed questions about his apparent career shift and comparing him to the Unabomber. While the appearance was later revealed to be performance art for his mockumentary I'm Still Here, the damage to Phoenix's reputation was very real. Hollywood executives and casting directors began viewing him as a liability, and the quality of scripts landing on his desk took a nosedive. It would take several years and critically acclaimed performances in films like The Master and Her to rebuild his standing in the industry. 2. The Wellness Deception, Belle Gibson's Web of Lies. Australian wellness influencer Belle Gibson's fall from grace is a cautionary tale about the dangers of social media fame. After launching her successful app The Whole Pantry in 2013, Gibson built an empire on the compelling narrative of healing multiple cancers through healthy living and alternative medicine. Her cookbooks flew off shelves, and her following grew exponentially. However, her house of cards came crashing down in 2015 when investigations revealed she had fabricated her cancer diagnosis. In a devastating interview with the Australian Women's Weekly, Gibson's attempts to explain her deception only made matters worse. Her vague responses and blame shifting to her troubled childhood failed to convince anyone. The aftermath was swift and severe. A $410,000 fine, complete professional exile, and her transformation into a cautionary tale of influencer culture gone wrong. 3. Hollywood's harsh lesson, Alex Pettyfer's LA takedown. Rising star Alex Pettyfer learned the hard way that biting the hand that feeds you rarely ends well. Following promising roles in I Am Number 4 and Stormbreaker, the British actor committed career suicide with a scathing 2011 interview in V-Man magazine. His expletive-laden tirade against Los Angeles, calling it an insidious pool and socially disgusting, while simultaneously deriding its female population and comparing acting to imprisonment, effectively burned countless Hollywood bridges. The interview, coupled with existing rumors about his difficult on-set behavior, saw major studios distance themselves from the once promising talent. Pettyfer's career trajectory shifted dramatically, with big-budget opportunities drying up almost overnight. 4. Cruise's controversial crusade, The Today Show Meltdown. Following Brooke Shields' revelation about her battle with postpartum depression and use of antidepressants, Tom Cruise's appearance on NBC's Today Show with Matt Lauer became a defining moment in celebrity interview history. What started as a standard promotional interview quickly devolved into an intense debate about psychiatry and mental health. "I'm just living my life and doing the best that I can," Cruise declared defensively before launching into a passionate tirade against psychiatric medicine. His demeanor grew increasingly confrontational as he labeled psychiatry a pseudo-science, speaking with an authority that seemed to surprise even the veteran host Lauer. The actor's patronizing tone and rigid body language created an atmosphere of palpable tension in the studio. The fallout was swift and severe. Paramount Pictures, Cruise's partner of 14 years, severed ties with the actor in 2006. Even legendary director Steven Spielberg publicly distanced himself from Cruise's actions, though interestingly, the two would eventually reconcile in 2023. Demonstrating the entertainment industry's capacity for forgiveness. 5. Piers Morgan, the fall of a media titan. By 2014, Piers Morgan's CNN career was already on life support when comedian Chelsea Handler delivered what many consider the final blow. In a memorably awkward interview, Handler called out Morgan's notorious lack of attention and interviewing skills. "You can't even pay attention for 60 seconds. You're a terrible interviewer," she stated bluntly, while Morgan fumbled to maintain his composure. His weak defense that guests needed to be interesting enough backfired spectacularly when Handler retorted, "This is your show. You have to pay attention to the guests that you invited." The exchange became a viral sensation, highlighting Morgan's professional shortcomings. Following his CNN exit, Morgan returned to British television as a host on Good Morning Britain. However, his controversial comments about Meghan Markle's mental health struggles led to another career-defining moment. When challenged by colleague Alex Beresford, Morgan stormed off set in a display of what critics called absolutely diabolical behavior, ultimately leading to his resignation. 6. Liam Neeson's shocking confession. During what should have been a routine movie promotion, Liam Neeson shared a disturbing story that sent shockwaves through social media and the entertainment industry. The Irish actor revealed that decades ago, after learning about a friend's sexual assault by a black man, he wandered the streets hoping to incite a racially motivated confrontation. "I'm not racist," Neeson insisted, attempting to contextualize his actions within his upbringing during Northern Ireland's Troubles. He expressed deep shame over his past behavior, but the damage was done. The interview instantly divided public opinion, with some celebrities like Trevor Noah and Whoopi Goldberg defending his honesty, while others condemned his admission as irredeemably racist. 7. John Mayer's career-altering Playboy interview. John Mayer's 2010 Playboy interview stands as a masterclass in celebrity self-destruction. The talented musician, who seemed destined for legendary status, derailed his own career trajectory in spectacular fashion. Beyond making distasteful comments about his relationships with Jessica Simpson and Jennifer Aniston, Mayer ventured into dangerous territory by making racial comparisons and using inflammatory language that shocked both fans and industry insiders. Despite subsequent apologies across various platforms, from social media to live performances, the interview marked a turning point in Mayer's public persona. His attempts at being provocative had crossed a line, transforming him from a respected musician into a controversial figure overnight. 8. Chris Harrison, The Bachelor's Final Rose. For nearly 2 decades, Chris Harrison served as America's matchmaking icon through his work on the Bachelor franchise. However, his 2021 interview with former Bachelorette Rachel Lindsay for Extra proved to be his ultimate undoing. When discussing contestant Rachel Kirkconnell's controversial photos at a plantation-themed party and her history of liking racially insensitive social media posts, Harrison made the fatal mistake of attempting to defend the indefensible. His use of phrases like woke police and suggestions that such behavior might have been acceptable in 2018 sparked immediate backlash. The incident led to Lindsay's departure from the franchise and Harrison's suspension, ultimately resulting in his permanent removal from the show that defined his career. 9. Paula Deen, Southern Discomfort. Paula Deen's empire of Southern cooking crumbled during a 2013 deposition where she admitted to using racial slurs and considering a plantation-themed wedding. Her subsequent damage control attempt on the Today Show only exacerbated the situation. Rather than offering genuine contrition, Deen positioned herself as a victim of slander, famously stating, "If there's anyone out there that has never said something they wish they could take back." Her tearful performance, lacking sincere apology and relying heavily on self-victimization, led to major brands severing ties with the once beloved chef. The interview marked her descent from culinary queen to cautionary tale about the consequences of racial insensitivity. 10. Michael Jackson, the interview that changed everything. Martin Bashir's 2003 documentary, Living with Michael Jackson, delivered several shocking revelations that would forever alter the King of Pop's legacy. While Jackson's candid discussion about his father's abuse garnered sympathy, his admission to sharing his bedroom with children raised serious concerns. His defensive response, dismissing critics as ignorant, only intensified public scrutiny. The interview sparked a chain of events leading to Jackson's infamous 2004 to 2005 trial. Though acquitted of all charges, the damage to his reputation was irreversible. Financial troubles mounted through subsequent lawsuits, contributing to his tragic decline before his passing in 2009. 11. Lance Armstrong, cycling's greatest deception. Lance Armstrong's fall from grace culminated in his 2013 interview with Oprah Winfrey. After years of vehement denials and aggressive attacks on accusers, the cycling champion finally admitted to using performance-enhancing substances throughout his career. The United States Anti-Doping Agency had already stripped him of his titles dating back to 1998, but his televised confession marked the definitive end of his hero status. While Armstrong acknowledged his doping, he continued to deny forcing teammates to participate in the scheme or bribing officials to conceal positive tests. The interview transformed him from an inspirational cancer survivor and athletic icon into the face of modern sports corruption, demonstrating how quickly a legacy can unravel when built on deception. 12. The hot mic that changed politics. While not technically an interview, the infamous Access Hollywood tape featuring Billy Bush and Donald Trump became one of the most notorious leaked conversations in political history. Captured before a television appearance, their private conversation revealed shocking comments about women that would have far-reaching consequences. The fallout was particularly severe for Billy Bush, whose promising career at The Today Show came to an abrupt halt. Following a significant ratings decline, Bush was suspended and subsequently resigned. In numerous follow-up interviews, he's had to repeatedly address the incident, acknowledging the public's justified outrage while attempting to rebuild his reputation in the media landscape. 13 rock star aspirations gone wrong. Landing a Rolling Stone interview is typically a career highlight for any musician, but for 5 Seconds of Summer, it became a masterclass in what not to say. Their 2015 feature demonstrated how easily youthful enthusiasm can cross into arrogance, as the band made bold comparisons between themselves and the Beatles while dismissing both the American Music Awards and Justin Bieber. Perhaps most damagingly, they managed to alienate their core fan base with dismissive comments about their female followers. The combination of their controversial statements and a provocative nude cover shoot created a perfect storm of negative publicity, forcing the band to spend months doing damage control. 14. Paula Abdul's career-defining moment. In 2007, what should have been a routine American Idol promotion turned into viral infamy for Paula Abdul. The interview, marked by delayed responses and inexplicable bursts of laughter, raised serious concerns about her well-being. While Abdul would later deny any substance use, the footage became an inescapable part of her public persona. The incident's impact extended beyond mere embarrassment. 2 years later, Abdul departed from American Idol amid wage disputes, and her public appearances became increasingly rare. The interview serves as a stark reminder of how a single media appearance can permanently alter a celebrity's trajectory. 15. The Chainsmokers' Billboard blunder. When electronic duo the Chainsmokers sat down with Billboard magazine, they attempted to position themselves as musical revolutionaries breaking free from industry conventions. However, their comments about experimenting with sound quickly devolved into what many perceived as arrogant posturing about their wild lifestyle and frat boy image. The interview highlighted the delicate balance artists must maintain between confidence and humility, as their attempts to appear edgy and authentic instead came across as manufactured and pretentious. The backlash served as a reminder that in the age of social media, every word can be scrutinized and potentially damage carefully built careers. 16. Prince Andrew's royal disaster. The Duke of York's 2019 BBC Newsnight interview with Emily Maitlis stands as perhaps the most catastrophic royal interview in modern history. When questioned about his association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew's responses ranged from bizarre to deeply concerning. His adamant denial of meeting accuser Virginia Roberts Giuffre, despite clear photographic evidence showing them together, strained credibility to its breaking point. The interview's most damaging moment came when the prince claimed he couldn't have been at the alleged location because he was at a Pizza Express in Woking, a statement that became instant meme material. Even more shocking was his assertion that he didn't regret his friendship with Epstein because it provided useful business opportunities. The fallout was swift and severe, forcing him to step back from royal duties indefinitely. 17. Katherine Heigl's career-altering critique. Katherine Heigl's reputation for being difficult to work with reached new heights following her 2008 Vanity Fair interview. The actress took aim at Knocked Up, the very film that had elevated her to A-list status, describing it as a little sexist and criticizing its portrayal of women. The criticism particularly stung given that she had willingly participated in the project and accepted its substantial paycheck. The interview's impact was magnified when just a year later, Heigl starred in The Ugly Truth, a romantic comedy widely panned by critics as even more misogynistic than Knocked Up. This apparent hypocrisy, combined with her growing reputation for being outspoken against her own projects, led many directors and producers to think twice before casting her in major roles. 18. Megan Fox versus Michael Bay. In what would become a masterclass in how not to handle professional relationships, Megan Fox's interview with Wonderland magazine sent shockwaves through Hollywood. The Transformers star compared director Michael Bay to Hitler, a comparison that proved career-shattering. The controversy escalated when it was revealed that Steven Spielberg, the franchise's executive producer, personally requested her removal from future installments. While Fox would eventually reconcile with Bay for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles films, the damage to her career trajectory was significant. The incident served as a stark reminder of Hollywood's unwritten rules about public criticism of powerful industry figures. 19. Charlie Sheen's HIV revelation. In a dramatic departure from his typically controversial media appearances, Charlie Sheen's 2015 Today Show interview revealed a deeply personal struggle. The actor disclosed his HIV-positive status in what became one of the most watched and discussed interviews of the year. Unlike his previous media appearances, which often featured erratic behavior and wild claims, this interview showed a more vulnerable side of the actor as he discussed his diagnosis and its impact on his life. The revelation marked a significant turning point in Sheen's public persona, shifting the narrative from his well-documented struggles with substance abuse and erratic behavior to a more serious discussion about health, privacy, and stigma in Hollywood. His candid admission and subsequent advocacy work helped challenge public perceptions about both HIV and his own character. While some praised Charlie Sheen's bravery in coming forward about his HIV diagnosis, others questioned the timing of his revelation. Critics pointed out that waiting 4 years to disclose his status potentially endangered his sexual partners. The interview sparked intense debate about responsibility, privacy, and public health. Sheen's surprisingly composed demeanor during the Today Show interview drew mixed reactions. His calm disposition while discussing blackmail attempts and personal struggles created a stark contrast to his previous media appearances marked by winning and tiger blood proclamations. For some viewers, this new, vulnerable Sheen humanized the controversial actor. For others, his admission of having unprotected sex after his diagnosis, albeit with partners under medical supervision, reinforced perceptions of recklessness. 20. R. Kelly, the interview that sealed his fate. In the early 2000s, R. Kelly still maintained a loyal fan base despite mounting allegations of sexual misconduct. Following his 2008 acquittal on charges related to underage girls, a pivotal interview would become a defining moment in his eventual downfall. When questioned about his attraction to teenage girls, Kelly's now infamous response, "When you say teenage, how old are we talking?" sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. The reaction from both the interviewer and viewers was one of visible discomfort and disbelief. This moment would later be referenced countless times as evidence of Kelly's questionable behavior, becoming a crucial piece in the public's understanding of his character. the interview's impact continued to reverberate through subsequent years, contributing to the shifting narrative around the singer's conduct and eventually supporting the case against him. From career-ending confessions to shocking revelations, these interviews remind us that even the biggest stars can fall from grace in mere minutes. Which interview surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into celebrity controversies, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. Choose between occasional updates or all notifications to stay informed about our latest content.